Hello everyone. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Good morning. Just aggressively rubbed my eyes. Is there anyone who's there in the chat? Hi Yuva. Hi. I hope you're doing well. You're waiting for my vlog. Nice. Which vlog are we waiting for? But this is nice. Deval is here. Hi Deval. I kind of shifted the time for 7:30 this time because I figured 7 was a little too early. But I just realized it's not the natural light. It's just my room. It doesn't face there are so many, even though it's east facing, there are so many buildings in the way of the sun that I don't get. I'm fumbling with words because I woke up like 40 minutes ago. And these are my first words. But hi Raghav. Hi Market Karupti. I just like how all of us just gather here today because we are early birds. Wow, nice. So I have quite a few books today and I wanted to read them with you. I won't be reading all of them in detail, but I just wanted to ask what you guys want in the vlogs in the morning. I was thinking most of us wake up in the mornings. I think we'll have a lot of patience. So we could do one short story or one chapter of a book every time, just like how we used to do in Thursday streams on Chalchitra Talks when we started out. So let me know in the comments if you'd actually like something like that. We could pick up a short story, Hindi, or perhaps I think everyone is comfortable with English, right? So we could pick up translated short stories in Thursday. Yeah, this is also Thursday stream, mournings. I changed the name from morning musings to mornings, but let's see. Mornings and Mary all over for the win. Yay, nice. Breakfast making blog. Hi Ashutosh, good morning. Hi Sanj, hi Pratyasha. But it's nice. Maybe someday we could actually film something in the kitchen and you could see how miserable I am in the kitchen. People who are a part of Chalchitra Food Club will know because I recently shared the chapati I had made and it was in the shape of a starfish. But nonetheless, Radhika is here. Hi Radhika, how are you? Oh, it's 6 p.m. in the US. I just logged out of work. Nice. So I think we've cracked the perfect timing, right? Short stories, poetries, and some recommendations. I vote for nice. We could do that actually. One story a stream. Like we'll stream for 1 hour, not more than that, and it will perhaps be. It obviously won't be a meditative session for any of us, but perhaps it could be somewhere close to rejuvenation. Hi, Vaani, reading Bittersweet by Susan Cain. Wow, I haven't bought that book until now. And I did not even read a lot about it. But what is it about, Sargun? I know there was quite some chatter, and she, I think, visited Lex Friedman's show as well, podcast as well for Bittersweet. Starting with a poem sounds good. Vishwesh is here. Hi, Vishwesh. Good morning. So I wanted to, before I get into anything, I have a habit of hoarding. I hoard everything. Everything. And I also hoard a lot of books, obviously. And every time I visit, I love visiting secondhand bookstores or book sales because you come across books that would have been pretty useful years ago, but they don't have any use now. And I buy them anyway because I just feel like eventually when I have a library in my own home, this is something that will be so fun for the next generations of my family to just visit and look at. I hope they pick up books. But this is a book I came across today because I was like, hey, why do I have this? Because I bought it in 2021. It's 2023. I don't know why I'm still living in 2022. But I bought it in 2021 at a book sale. And it's not even anyway, it's called the Total Text Message Dictionary. Yeah. I hope you can see this. Please ignore my the kharash in my voice. I've just woken up. But then the total text message dictionary, and it says it's not even text message, it's txtmsg. So for those of you who are old, like I am, you'll know when we were kids, we'd get only a limit to message. So I remember like we'd try to break down everything. You would become U, the alphabet. And then text like this, we just exclude the vowels. And it was so cool. Now here is actually so you know how I, despite being a Gen Z, I'm on the cusp of a Gen Z, I think. Yeah, whatever. I'm a borderline millennial and Gen Z, so there's a lot of existential crisis. But even though I am fairly new and not as archaic as a lot of my friends, I still struggle with understanding the new what are those called? The slangs. And this just reminds me of it, because this is probably something that was published for my parents' generation. But so for example, if you guys would pick up anything from page 1 to 279, I'll just get into it. Oh, there are also emoticons here, like a hyphen. Sorry, I hope you can see the first line. Hyphen, exclamation point, hyphen, exclamation point, hyphen, exclamation point means no, no, no. And I'm like, and then, okay. I'm just going to, there was this really long, there's this, I can't find it now. Oh, wait, I found it. It goes, this is what the, no, wait, this is not the one. Yeah, there's this short form for, that goes BTAICBW. And I'm like, how would you even remember all these abbreviations? And it means, but then again, I could be wrong. But yeah, it's kind of funny, and that's why I wanted to share it with all of you. And then there is also IUC, which means IUCSTHTSOOTK. I know, but then it means if you can't stand the heat, then stay out of the kitchen. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. It lets you, and you know, behind the back cover of the book says, the Total Text Message Dictionary is the world's first comprehensive directory of text messaging terms, acronyms, abbreviations, and definitions. I want to know who authorized it and who approves of the abbreviations. In this age of worldwide communication, mobile internet access, email, and e-business, there is now a new language that makes the very most of the new phone and palm top technology. I like the word palm top. With it, you can chat, make friends, do online research, flirt, fact check, make plans, access the markets, and do business wherever you are. What is more, text messaging and email are highly cost-effective, and they're here to stay. Little did they know that we'd not make use of these abbreviations. The book lets you communicate as fast as the fastest mobile phone or computer will allow. Universal terms and specific market definitions will enable any blah, blah, blah. And then, while others simply looking for fun will find a wealth of abbreviations and emoticons to brighten a friend's day or tell an enemy to get lost. Compact and easy to use, the Total Text Message Dictionary will be found in the pocket of every 21st century Mughal entrepreneur, pundit, and partygoer. But yeah, this is very funny. Oh, there's an abbreviation called KISS, KISS, which means keep it simple, stupid. I think I knew that. But there is KIT, keep in touch. So that's here. I'll just address the comments now. Hi, Ankita. Oh, thank you. I haven't done any haul. I have been holding so much that I've told myself there's no haul happening unless and until, of course, we finish at least 5 more novels. But then I just keep on shifting to something new. I heard somewhere that if you have more than 1,000 books in your collection, then it's considered a library. Heritage to hoarding. Hey, Sanj, thank you so much. I will have to count my books. I do not have 1,000 books. I think they could be close to 300, 400, at max 500, but not 1,000. Oh my God. Okay, my recommendation is Mars and Venus. Oh, yes. I think I saw it in a comment, Bolin, Mars and Venus in Love. And I checked that book out on Amazon as well. And I think I'll be reading it soon. I don't know how soon, but I want to read it. Pratyasharo, Gen Z lingo. Yes. Vaani is the youngest 40-year-old. Between us guys, I'm not 40 yet. I'm just 37. But hi, Gunjan. Good morning. The name of the book, Pratyasha, is the Total Text Message Dictionary. It's kind of funny because they've shown a Motorola phone also here on the screen. And it's just the funny thing about the book is not only is it outdated, but the makers actually thought it'll be it's here to stay. Little did they know that the age-old English and the proper usage of it would terrify generations to come. Dekho, main aa gaya. Or you should say, main aa gayi. Ayn Rand. Jack Edwards mentioned this 1000 books thing is a library on his YouTube shorts. Oh, nice, Pratyasha. Bhaskar Rao, do you start reading this one's book? Oh, I have that book also. I have a lot of books that I wanted to talk about today. And one of them is this, Yuganta, which is, of course, what Mrs. Ratna Pathak Sharatna ma'am recommended to us for this month. And it's actually really nice. Yesterday, Hindol and I were having a conversation. He's read the chapter for Bhim, which I think is the first chapter. It's actually a series of essays on the characters of Mahabharata. There's Kunti, Gandhari, Bhim, Bhishma, and so on. So Hindol read the chapter which is about Bhishma, and Bhishma apparently is Hindol's favorite character, and from Mahabharata. And it's also, by the way, available in Marathi. So in case you guys know Marathi and are fluent in it and want to pick up a Marathi edition, please pick up the Marathi edition as well. I shared quite a few screenshots with Ratna ma'am a few days ago. Oh, no, I did it yesterday only. And she was very happy about, with people picking up the Marathi edition. She did not expect people would do that. But apparently it's kind of better in Marathi. This is what I've heard from Ratna ma'am. But nonetheless, this is a collection of essays on the characters of Mahabharata. So basically, Iravati Karve points out the character flaws, the arcs of every character she's written the essay about. There's Bhishma, there's Gandhari, there is Kunti, there is I have to read more. Where is it? There is Draupadi, there is Karn, there's Krishna, and a lot of other people as well. And that's mostly it. The Total Text Message Dictionary is priced at 11,000 on Amazon. What? Oh my God, nice. I'll tell you the original price. Oh wow. I think whenever this was published in the I'll tell you what I have. I'm so happy. Is first published in Great Britain in 2001. I haven't given the cost here, but I pretty much got it for like dirt cheap. I know it wasn't sold in, so this is an old bookstore in Chandigarh. It's it's £6 actually, the cost of it, original cost of it, but Capital Book Depot was selling it for 95 rupees. But I did not get it from Capital Book Depot as well. I got it from a sale, and I think I pretty much got it for 20 or 30 rupees or so. But 11,000 sounds amazing, as long as I have the book. So they will have you read the book already, but I'll start reading about Bhishma actually. Now, the war in Mahabharata, I'll just read the first couple of paragraphs for you guys to get an idea. This is the chapter 2 and it's called Final Effort. And so I don't think you need to go linearly because I picked up Kunti first because I knew about that character more. But anyway, now I'll start going one by one because Hindal gave me a big FOMO. So I want to start reading from the beginning. The war in Mahabharata starts in Bhishma Parva. As we read the book, however, we become convinced that this is not so much the beginning of the war as Bhishma's last great effort to stop it. Bhishma's whole life has been a fruitless sacrifice. But these last 10 days of his life are the climax of futility and sacrifice. Why should he, who had given up everything that was his by right, have, in his extreme old age, accepted the generalship of the Kaurva army? This question keeps nagging the reader. But as we consider his whole life, we must conclude that these last actions were not only in consonance with his life, but were also inevitable. All human effort is fruitless. All human life ends in frustration. Was the Mahabharata written to drive home this lesson? Human toil, expectations, hates, friendships all seem puny and without substance, like withered leaves eddying in the summer wind. But the people who toiled and dreamed and loved and hated remain unforgettable, their memory constantly searing the heart. While reading the Mahabharata, we see each person going inexorably to a definite end. We become acutely aware that each person knows his end, and his agony and dread become our own. And through the agony of each, we experience the agony of the whole world. Bhishma's life was full of apparent contradictions, but beneath these contradictions, there was a logic in his actions and thought. Bhishma was born a cursed being. His comrades had been freed from the curse by Ganga, but he remained trapped in this world. For some reason, Ganga had been forced to live for a time on the earth. At about the same time, Vashisht had cursed the 8 Vasus to be born as mortals. The Vasus came to Ganga and begged of her, "Let us be born of your womb. Kill us the moment we are born and release us from the world of mortals." Ganga promised to do so, and the celestial beings set out for the earth. Ganga was a goddess. She had eternal youth. The ordinary rules of earth did not apply to her. This woman descended to the earth, went straight to King Prathipa, sat on his lap, and said, "I want to marry you." The king replied, "Lady, if you wanted to marry me, you should have sat on my left thigh and not on my right. The right thigh belongs to the son or the daughter-in-law. Let a son be born to me. I will ask him to marry you." Ganga agreed to this. Prathipa got a son, Shantanu. When the son came of age, Prathipa retired to the forest, leaving the kingdom to him. Shantanu, like other Kshatriyas of his time, was fond of hunting. Once, while hunting on the banks of Ganga, he saw a beautiful woman. The hunter was caught. This woman was Ganga. She agreed to marry him, but like other celestial women, she laid down peculiar conditions. "Okay, I shall do what I like. I may do things you consider improper, but you must neither prevent nor blame me. The day you do that, I will leave you." The infatuated king agreed to everything, and Ganga became his wife. According to Mahabharata, Ganga gave him every pleasure, but every time a child was born, Ganga would take him to the river and drown him. Shantanu was so much in her power that he could not say anything, but when she started to drown the 8th child, he could no longer restrain himself. "At least don't kill this one. What a horrible woman you are," he exclaimed. That was all the excuse Ganga needed. "I will spare this child, but according to our agreement, I am leaving you." She vanished and took the child with her. Both wife and child gone, Shantanu again took to hunting. One day Ganga reappeared to give Shantanu back his son, Devvrat, now a youth trained in the arts of the Kshatriyas. Shantanu took him to the capital and made him the crown prince. Devvrat's fine qualities soon endeared him to the people. This being eager to escape the world, had been trapped as the prince of an ancient house. 4 years passed. Shantanu was as fond of hunting as ever. At this advanced age, he once again became the prey of a beautiful woman. Now, this is basically, as you can see, this is just the story of Bhishma that she's gotten into, and then she'll slowly start analyzing his character. But it's kind of nice because what you've heard until now, I think most of these, even though there's text that's available from Mahabharata, at least in my case, a lot of these stories were orally passed down to me. Our grandparents would sit down with us, and then they would tell us of the stories. And what's interesting about this is, until now, you've heard them from a different perspective, because there was a layer added to it, which, of course, my grandmother added into the story because of her perspective. her perspective was really influenced by the perspective of her mother who taught her these stories, and so on and so forth. Now, when you read these essays for the first time, and I'll go a little slow, I think you realize what you've missed out on, the details. So even if you loved a certain character for how he was and how he sacrificed his life for certain things, you can't help but read this book and add more nuance to that story. And perhaps there will be quite a few myths that will be debunked about this. And if you idolized someone as a particular hero, obviously you will see the character flaws and the flaws in the arcs. And this is what I was discussing with Hindol yesterday also. Vishwesh is reading it in Marathi and English, as I've read Marathi multiple times. And yes, Marathi is so much better just because of the language and vocabulary used. I think that is, that is the problem with translated literature. There are not many times that you'll come across a translation that actually does justice to what is being conveyed in the original text. Because most of the times, what translators really do is, and I'll show you an example of it. I know we were not supposed to discuss Faiz Ahmad Faiz, but I'll get it nonetheless. This is what a lot of people used to do. When translations happen, I think you should when you're reading a translated piece of literature, at least when it comes to poetry, I would recommend you have two sets of books. One that's literally translated, because the translation takes you through the meaning of each word, each line, for as it is. And then another translation, which does justice to the actual meaning of the context of the the context of the lines that you're reading. But I don't think that's really possible when you're reading a novel like Yuganta, or say a translated piece of prose writing. But I think that's very much possible when you're reading verse, because there are so many translations available. Because there are quite a few books, I'll get them right now, where literal meaning is shared, but then there are a few translators who go out of their way and try to convince to you the exact context of the text. Deval has already finished the book. Oh, that's lovely. Uma, hi, good morning. Have I read Arkanarayan? Yes. I think most of us who grew up in the 90s, even though I was like late 90s, we did have access to Arkanarayan. I remember my grandmother used to have DD National. So whenever we used to go back, there was no other channel and you had to sit through DD National. And I think on some mornings they would have the Malgudi days playing over there. Or maybe I just saw it on YouTube and mixed the memory. I don't know. Akash Kohli, hi, good morning. Good thing about Mahabharat. Ramayana is Mahabharat. Yeah. I think even in Ramayana, every character is great, but you've idealized a lot of them so much so, and there's so little context available that it's questionable. I think with Mahabharat, we've just been able to market it in a way that, it is acceptable to call the characters grey. In Ramayana, if you were to call any character grey, it won't be nice. The result of it won't be nice. Have you read any Mahabharat retelling? No, but you know what? This last year, December, Secret Santa of Chalchitra Talks. Shout out to Kushal. He gifted me the Mahabharat over there. I'll also get the other book. Hi. I'm sorry for leaving the screen, but sometimes I just wanted to get this. 32 people are watching this, guys. Please like the stream. I just keep on forgetting about this. Let's make Kitaabi cabins big. And we're about to hit 10K. And I hope that happens pretty soon. And then when it's 10K, we'll make an Instagram handle for it. But yeah, this is the Mahabharata. There are 3 parts of it. And I'm reading this right now. It's just for kids. So it's I think it's a great starting point. What I know of Mahabharata, I know from my grandmother. She would tell me stories. But I think her depiction of characters was very white and black. Barely any gray. There was some gray, but barely there. Can you review The Hero with Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell? Sure, I will try reading it and I'll review it for you. Hi, Shresht. Good morning. Shresht is my best friend, my childhood best bud, and look at him. He's here for the stream. I like it when my friends show up in my streams, which rarely happens, but Shresh is always there. Hi, Karthik. Good morning. Recently read Human Acts by Han Kang, and it is translated from Korean. It was traumatically beautiful. I really want to pick this up. You know what? I don't have it on me. I don't have any, but I'll just make it over here. A list of books that are being discussed right now. Human Acts by Han Kang and Joseph Campbell, Hero with Thousand Faces. Okay. So by the way, this is natural light now, all natural. That's coming through the window. And you can see my dark circles now. I think you should embrace the dark circles, right? I remember I used to, so I have, okay. So because we always talk about beauty as well when we're doing the streams, not beauty, but like skincare. I used to be very conscious because of my under eye dark circles, because it's very hereditary in my family. My mother has it, her mother had it. And I have been inheriting all the problems, apparently, skincare issues. Like my mother and my grandmother have this thing with their hands because they have extra dry skin. So even the smallest even they get cuts on their hands, even from fabrics. They can't wash utensils and everything. And I've been experiencing the same thing. The trouble is my mother started having it when she was in her 40s. I've been having it in my early 20s. Very, very traumatic. But nonetheless, I was very conscious of them. But now it's just, and then I saw this interview. I think, I don't remember which actress it was, but it was about, I think it was Meryl Streep, when she said, I've earned every line under my eyes and on my foreheads, every dark circle, etc. And I should not be ashamed. And I was like, makes sense. And so I've been embracing it. I said that out loud because I immediately saw, I was looking down and there was like nice, cool, dark circle and bags which won't leave me and my emotions. Is there any good Hindi audiobook for poems? I am not sure, but if anybody is there, please recommend a good audiobook to Bhaskar. I think there will be quite a few available on Audible and Storytel. I know on Audible because a lot of people, quite a few people I know listen to audiobooks, especially of Hindi. Hi, Akshat, good morning. Hi, Devrad, good morning. So for everyone who's joined just now, please like the stream. First of all, share it with people. Second, and third, we'll be streaming every Thursday for now at 7:30 a.m. or maybe 7 a.m. I think we'll make it 7. I don't know. But 7:30 is cool as well. I think 7 will be better, but 7:30 is nice for now. And I really wanted to do Monday. I really wanted to hijack Monday, but then sometimes I'm traveling and I do not want to miss Monday streams. And Thursday is like the chillest time when I don't have anything to do. Thursday is the best time of the week when I'm very relaxed. But yeah, will you give us a workspace tour? My workspace is this, where I do all the stuff. Like basically, I just find a place I can work at. There's nothing on the workspace. There's just lots of pens, stationery items, nothing else. I do need a workspace. So, hello from US. Hi, Nikhil. Thank you so much. And Subhashini. Hi, good morning, Subhashini. I think a lot of people wake up at 8 a.m. At around 8 a.m. they log into YouTube and they check out what's up. Good morning, Abhishek. What is RGB? I used to think it's red, green, blue. Put some RGB. Good background. Anyway, I'll come to the next book that I wanted to. Before we go, I really wanted to tell you about Light from Many Lamps. I told you about this in the last stream also for everyone who's watching. And guys, do like the stream. The more you like the stream, the more it gets recommended to people. And when you comment after the stream is done with, if you comment in the main section, it actually starts popping up for more people on the feeds, which really helps us grow. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with growth, because you want to grow because you want more people to become a part of the community, you want more opportunities, and you want more time to create content that pleases people and makes you happy as well. But then it's also like, yeah. Have I read the work of Albert Camus? Yes, Karan, I have. I really liked Albert Camus when I came across him. And I think there's a particular time in your life when you're facing a lot of existential angst. And I loved reading him in those times. I don't think I'll read him anymore, but I got the book, Light from Many Lamps. So I really want to make it a tradition where we pick up something from this book in every stream. And I wanted to pick up something that I read a couple of days ago. And I can't find it now. Oh, let's see. By a show of hands, how many religious people do we have in the chat? I mean, it's entirely okay for religious, for non-religious. I just wanted a show of hands because when you read old age inspirational books, there is a lot of reference to God. It's about, wait, why am I like this? Oh, yeah. There's so much of silence. It's awkward. But I can't find the thing that I want to share with you. Anyway. Slightly religious because my mother is super religious. Nice. I've realized, like, I was discussing this with my father when I was home last weekend, and I was discussing this with my father that if one is not religious or one does not have faith, it's very difficult to survive through life. Because even if you, I mean, I don't know, it's just easy and very nice to have some faith in something. And I know a lot of people who must be eye rolling down there, but okay. Anyway, this is what I'm going to read. Why is it a short story? If we are ever to enjoy life, now is the time. Not tomorrow, nor next year, nor in some future life after we've died. The best preparation for a better life next year is a full, complete, harmonious, joyous life this year. Our beliefs in a rich future life are of little importance, and unless we coin them into a rich present life, today should always be our most wonderful day. I mean, perhaps I should have ended the stream with this, but nonetheless, am I into writing? I try. I'm not particularly good. If yes, could you give any advice? I'm thinking of started writing a diary, a story. Just go for it, Devrat. Go for it. If you have a story in your mind, just go for it before you lose track of it. And if there are any books that you should pick up, last year we picked a book called Bird by Bird. And then there is this book by Mary Oliver, which is a poetry handbook. I think they will help you a lot with writing. Give us the page number before reading so we can. Oh, you also have the book. Great. We'll come back to Light from the Many Lamps when we're ending the stream because it's a little too positive. And even though the stream title is Mournings, I think we can do a better job here. Then I want to talk about this book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. I think in the next future streams, we'll come back to it because I think from the next stream onwards, we'll just pick up one story and we'll read it through the stream. But then, yes, I want to pick this up. It's just the introduction. And I had this book for a really long time and I would go through it from time to time, like in between, pick up a random chapter, read something. I was never able to read it cover to cover, but I picked it up a few days ago and this is what I really liked about it. And this is the introduction for anybody who has the book, Women Who Run with the Wolves. It's page number 1. I thought when I carried the introduction, I thought it would be page number 257, 234, whatever, but it was page number 1. Nonetheless, for those of you who are watching, please like the stream and share it with your friends and like it and comment. Wildlife and the wild woman are both endangered species. I loved this first line. Wildlife and the wild woman are both endangered species. Over time, we've seen the feminine instinctive nature looted, driven back, and overbuilt. For long periods, it has been mismanaged like the wildlife and the wild lands. For several thousand years, as soon and as often as we turn our backs, it is relegated to the poorest land in the psyche. The spiritual lands a wild women have throughout history been plundered or burnt, dens bulldozed, and natural cycles forced into unnatural rhythms to please others. And now, the name of the book is Women Who Run with the Wolves, and this is how it looks. And I think it's myths and stories about the wild woman archetype. It's not by accident that the pristine wilderness of our planet disappears as the understanding of our own inner wild nature fades. If anybody has trouble understanding what I'm reading, please let me know. I'll just repeat myself once more. I just like it when... So I have a separate pair of glasses, which I now use as a hairband of sorts. But and I just really like the book because it goes on to depict what the wild woman is. And if you're a woman, if you're reading this, and if you're a guy, if you're reading this, two different perspectives. But if you're a woman, you'll actually understand I think we're fairly progressing now as a society, but even when we were growing up, it was fairly new to us. There were a lot of restrictions. You would be asked to talk a certain way, be a certain way, you would be commented upon. And this is a book that will remind you of your natural instincts, if I may. And if you're a guy, I think you might find it very frivolous. I haven't read the whole book, so I do not know if it becomes offensive later on, if there is a part in feminism or toxic feminism, whatever. But at least the initial few pages are amazing. And the little that I've read in between from the book, there's this... So here, for example, there's this paragraph where she says, it's Clarissa. It's a she. I've not forgotten the song of those dark years, Hombre del Alma, the song of the starved soul. Okay. I'll just move on to the next one. Fairy tales, myths, and stories provide understandings which sharpen our sight so that we can pick out and pick up the path left by the wildish nature. I call her wild woman for those very words. Wild and woman create, this is a foreign language, l'amor o tocar e la puerta, I don't know how to pronounce this, the fairy tale knock at the door of the deep female psyche. This phrase means literally to play upon the instrument of the name in order to open a door. It means using words that summon up the opening of a passageway. No matter by which culture a woman is influenced, she understands the words wild and woman intuitively. When women hear those words, an old memories stirred and brought back to life. And I loved this paragraph because it's so beautiful. And when you hear those words, an old memories stirred and brought back to life, the memory of our absolute, undeniable, and irrevocable kinship with a wild feminine. A relationship which may have become ghostly from neglect, buried by over-domestication, outlawed by the surrounding culture, or no longer understood anymore. And we may have forgotten her names. We may not answer when she calls ours, but in our bones, we know her. We yearn towards her. We know she belongs to us and we to her. And I don't know, when I read this line, something in me changed and I really wanted to read this more. And there's this line also, and I would love to know your opinions in it. It's over-intellectualization can obscure the patterns of the instinctual nature of women. I don't think it's just women. I think it's humankind. But anyway, moving forward. Thank you, Radhika. I thank you for I've been really liking it when people have been complimenting my hair, because I think this is the first time I like a hair makeover. It's gone well. And I plan to keep it the same way for a really long time. You've convinced me to buy the book. Yes, thank you. I personally really like the book because but the only reason I think why I'm not reading it a lot, I'm not reading it so extensively is because deep down I'm a little afraid. And 40 people are watching now. Guys, do like the stream. Well, I'm not, and I'm being honest right now. I really want to pick up this book. But when I read these lines that I read out to you, that, we've over-domesticated the spirit, and she calls out her name and we do not answer back. But we yearn towards her. And there was something that snapped inside of me, and I thought, hey, I am a changed person. But then again, now I'm so afraid of picking this book up, because when we've over domesticated ourselves, and we've also kind of, the people around us have gotten used to our personalities. The moment you change it, the moment you switch it, there's so much to lose, especially in terms of people, not opportunities, but the people who might be uncomfortable with the new being that you've found for yourself. And I just think I'm a little afraid of transitioning into a wild woman, or however you might want to. And I just think this wilderness is not wild, but it's a lot about the freedom of thought to be who you want to be. And I think I'm still struggling with it's something that scares me a lot. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not able to pick this book up and maintain my contact with it. Love the fact that when you said it's just not for women, but for people, I feel most of the times we tend to generalize a gender, any gender, rather than saying, yeah. And I think that's why women who run with the wolves, I think like for me, I'm a woman and I'm reading it. And of course, I will relate to it very well. So I don't know how the other genders will relate to it. But I know even when you read it, if you can't relate to it, you will be reminded of somebody, some woman you know of, or some person you know of. Hi, I finally started reading Notes from Grief. Nice. Romanticization of victimization makes you bitter. True. I absolutely agree. And I think, I don't think a lot, but yeah, that's one thing I wanted to, I think is true. The next, before we move to the next book, please do a video about books written by women writers and the problems and prospects about life. It's a good idea. I think I struggle with making lists. Otherwise, sab to sorted. Everything's here. It's just curating it is a problem, but I'll work on it. I have 3 books here with me, and we were talking about translations, and I just wanted to share something with you. Let me figure out a poem by Faiz Ahmed Faiz. Okay, I'll just read my favorite one, which is Rang Hai Mere Dil Ka, and it's here. I'm going to I'm going to find it in all the 3 books, and I'm going to show you the translation. Now, Rang Hai Mere Dil Ka is one of my favorite, absolute favorite. Is there a way I can find Rang Hai Mere Dil Ka here? No, I can't, so I'll have to go by this. Rang Hai Mere Dil Ka, the colors of my heart. Is it Faiz Ahmed Faiz? It is Faiz Ahmed Faiz. Supply Loneliness, Yusuf, Swear, Two Verses Tonight. Ooh, Tonight also is nice. Till When, Worldview, Prayer, O God Almighty, Punjabi, Ghazal. I think I've touched this book a lot, this one edition. I think everyone has it in their houses, but I just do not like the translation that comes here. Gulo mein rang bhare. We could do Gulo mein rang bhare also, but I don't want to. If nothing, we'll I don't know. But this is what happens when you read a good translation and you don't. And I should have prepared this before, but I really want to share it with you guys. So, oh, look at this bookmark. I don't know where I got this from, but it's actually really nice. I think I'm pretty certain a friend. Oh, yeah. A dear friend got it for me. Rang hai mere dil ka. Okay, wait. Found it. The Color of My Heart, 270. I found it in the third book. I couldn't find it in the second book, but I think it should be enough for us to compare translations. Yeah. But I think the translation is the same in both these books. Okay, it's slightly different. So the ghazal is Rang Hai Mere Dil Ka. It's not ghazal, but the poem is Rang Hai Mere Dil Ka. I still don't know how to really properly make note of pronounce words, so please pardon me. I'll pretty much address the comments before we move further. Please do a video about, okay, the romanticization of victimization reminded me of Colleen Hoover. I haven't. Should I? I mean, मुझे थोड़ा सा FOMO हुआ था, but then there were so many books that I decided this is for later. But would you guys recommend that I pick up Colleen Hoover, or however you pronounce her name? When will we read some sci-fi or fantasy? Yes, you can read some sci-fi or fantasy. There's no stopping. And perhaps in the future streams, one day we'll pick up a sci-fi story. Maybe in the next stream, we can pick one up. How much of Yuganta have you covered till now? Not much, to be honest. Fairly, like roughly 1 to 2 chapters, 2.5, 3 chapters actually. And I really am liking it. You don't really need to know Mahabharat, but in case you're getting confused, just read a quick article about the character. Do you have a Telegram community where I can read or share opinion about books I want to read, sort of local good read? We do have, so if you go on Chalchitra, or if you even go in the description of this video, there is a link to become a patron and join our WhatsApp groups. Once you join the patron membership or whatever, we'll add you to the book club in case you want to. There are 3 tiers: Godfathers, Gladiators, and Goodfellas. Godfathers are at the top. They get access to all our WhatsApp groups: Science Club, Movie Club, Music Club, Book Club, Food Club, Quiz Club, and so on. The list is endless, basically. We just keep on creating groups for them. And then we have Gladiators, who can become part of one group. And thereby, if you want that, you can also become a part of the book club. Please don't read Coho. Great. Okay. On this note, I can recommend Maggie Nelson. Very strong voice. She wrote The Art of... Oh, I have heard about this book. I will definitely pick this up. Guys, if nothing, you should just send me excerpts from the books that I haven't read. I'll really appreciate them. Vaani@chalchitratalks.com. Someone who asked about writing, I heard this in an interview. Creativity is like checking out books from a library. So keep checking out ideas, and the next day you might not check with the same idea. True. Oh, that's absolutely nice, actually. I agree with Pratyasha about Colleen Hoover. I wouldn't recommend her books. Thank you. I was going to pick it up, and then I saw a reel. And in that reel, or maybe a video of sorts, just where a doctor was reviewing her books. Because I think in one of her books, the plot circles around some field of sorts, which are very wrong facts. And I was like, hey, I don't want to pick this up right now then. Anyway, The Color of My Heart. This is one of my favorite, absolute favorite Urdu poems. It says, "Tum na aaye the to har ek cheez." See, the Urdu is also getting different in both these books. Anyways, it goes. I love this book, The Color of My Heart. The Colors of My Heart, which is named after this particular ghazal, particular poem only. It says, "तुम न आए थे तो हर एक चीज वही थी कि जो है, आसमान हदे नजर राह गुजर शीशाए में, और अब शीशाए में राह गुजर रंगे फलक, रंग है दिल का मेरे खूने जिगर होने तक." This is a reference to Ghalib, by the way, खूने जिगर होने तक. But I haven't written exactly kiski references, so I don't know. I'm sorry. Should make proper notes. Champai rang kabhi rahte deedar ka rang. So there's this one thing I have to accept. In both these books, even though they've written the poem in English, so it's not written in Urdu, I'm reading out a text that's written in English. This one will help you pronounce things better. But anyway, Champai rang kabhi rahte deedar ka rang, surmai rang ki hai saate bezar ka rang, zard patton ka khaso khar ka rang, and so on and so on. So basically, what this means is the poet is comparing कि तुम ना आए थे तो हर एक चीज वही थी कि जो है. जैसे आसमान हदे नजर मतलब the sky has no limit. राह गुजर एक राह यहाँ पर एक रास्ता यहाँ पर. शीशाए में एक ग्लास ऑफ वाइन हियर एक ग्लास ऑफ वाइन हियर मतलब सब चीजें सेम थी. और अब जो वाइन ग्लास है, जो रास्ता है, आसमान का जो रंग है, वो सब मेरे दिल का रंग, उन सब का रंग मेरे दिल के रंग जैसा हो गया है. Everything is the color of my heart, with my heart reduced to blood, sometimes golden. And then, okay. And then I love the last lines. अब जो आए हो तो ठहरो कि कोई रंग, कोई रुत, कोई शय एक जगह पर ठहरे. फिर से एक बार हर एक चीज वही हो कि जो है. आसमान हदे नजर, राह गुजर, शीशाए में. And oh, I just saw Vaibhav's comment. Hey, let me share the link with you. Wait. Sorry. I was reading it, so. Yes. So until Vaibhav joins, I'll quickly compare these ones. Ab jo aaye ho to thehro. So it's like, okay, now, this is where the difference in translation will come. So, in this particular book, which is The Colors of My Heart, the translation of अब जो आए हो तो ठहरो कि कोई रंग, कोई रुत, कोई शय एक जगह पर ठहरे, फिर से एक बार हर एक चीज वही हो कि जो है, translates to now that you've come, stay. So that the same color, some season, some entity should stay in place. One more time, everything becomes just what it really is. The sky endless, the road a road, the wine glass a glass. Okay, this is the translation over here. And then the translation in this book is Ab jo aaye ho ki thehro. Since you've come, please stay so that some color, some place, some objects should settle in one place. Once again, we should have everything the way it used to be. The sky as far as one could see, a pathway here and a path there. Okay, this is a terrible example, but I hope you get the difference. Sometimes it just, I picked up a wrong example, I'm sorry. But then, because of the difference in explanation of words, you kind of infer the meanings in a different way. But I really like this poem. Anyway, this is a poetry recommendation then. The Color of My Heart by Faiz Ahmed Faiz. I don't know, I really like this. I love the last lines. Ab jo aaye ho to thehro ki har ek cheez wahi ho ki jo hai. Wait. Ab jo aaye ho to thehro कि कोई रंग कोई रुत कोई शय एक जगह पर ठहरे फिर से एक बार हर एक चीज वही हो कि जो है. Vaibhav hasn't joined it. So that's that. Anyway, the video title is actually going to be the name of the series, Mournings by Vaani. So this is episode 2, and we'll probably take this up more. And yeah, so you, throughout the video, my name was Vaibhav.
Hi.
Hi Vaibhav, how are you?
All good. मेरे coach नहीं आए तो मैं अभी wait कर रहा था उनका.
You'll have to turn your camera because yeah.
What's up?
Hi. You know what? Throughout the stream, my name was Vaibhav.
Nice. काफी सही जा रहा है bro. इतने लोग 40 लोग सुबह उठ गए. This is impressive.
This is very nice. And the best thing is we experiment a lot with the things we do. And we can also read full text and not many people drop out, which is so nice. Subah ki janta is the best.
अरे ये तो मतलब जो सुबह वाली जनता है वो ड्रॉप ऑफ नहीं होती. So they are like there for a sincere reason. Yeah. काफी सही है. By the way, did you tell मेरे को था कि हम बुक क्लब में भी बताए did you tell the people कि Ratna ma'am said कि she is very happy with the people who are reading Yuganta in Marathi?
I haven't told it in the book club, but I've told it on the stream.
Nice.
But हम book club में भी बताएंगे. But Pratyasha has written This is our dedication towards mourning.
This is our dedication
towards mourning, because all of them are here. Nice. I like the lighting on your face. Like, I am also sitting in front of the window, but the lighting is very shitty.
Yeah. So,
Hi,
अभी
Tasin is joining from Dhaka. Yes.
हमने कल एक फीडबैक फॉर्म शेयर किया था हर जगह. मैंने अभी यूट्यूब कम्युनिटी और व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स में नहीं किया. वानी वो सोशल मीडिया ग्रुप में भी है. सो इफ यू वांट यू कैन शेयर इट इन द लिंक्स. बेसिकली 100 से ज्यादा लोगों ने फीडबैक दिया अभी चलचित्र पे. Like what's their favorite, like who is their favorite creator, the video they hate the most, the series they would love to see more if they are a member, if they would want any founder to call them so that like they would be interested in becoming a member. So बहुत interesting responses आ रहे हैं. Like मैं विनायक सौरभ कल बैठे थे, हमने पीछे सोशल नेटवर्क का म्यूजिक चला दिया क्योंकि ऐसे इतनी फास्ट responses आ रहे थे. And we were reading, oh, Abhi Vaani is winning as a favorite creator. Oh, Vaibhav is winning. Oh, Hindal is winning.
Oh, what? Even I want to see the responses. Where do I get?
Yeah, I'll share it with you.
Yeah. Okay.
मेरा इंटरनेट अटक रहा है शायद थोड़ा सा.
It looks fine to me. हाँ बीच में हल्का सा है, but it's not problematic.
Yeah.
So what are you reading these days? I saw you reading some science fiction, and अभी पीछे किसी ने comment किया था, when will we read a sci-fi? And I was like, let Vaibhav's ABAM time come. It'll be a sci-fi. I don't know why. I'm 70% certain. I did not say that you'll pick up a sci-fi. That will be
but yeah, I'm reading sci-fi. मैंने आज जो विश्वेश ने बुक बोली थी वो भी मैंने खरीदी सुबह किंडल पे. द आर्थर सी क्लार्क बुक, चाइल्डहुड ईव आई थिंक. एंड उससे पहले मैं रेड राइजिंग पढ़ रहा था because I had messaged like Shreya Dhanvantri after reading Three Body because she and Rohan Joshi ने करी थी ना recommend. So she said now you should move to Red Rising. And I'm not liking Red Rising. So I was like क्या है ये. फिर लाइक उन्होंने ग्रुप में बोला कि तो बच्चों की किताब है. तो मैंने कहा यार ये क्या पॉइंट है.
Teenagers.
But like that shouldn't be the metric for any book, no? कि ऐसे तो सारा वो. But like still it's very difficult. Then there is another Godfather, जिगरजीत. उन्होंने मेरे को मैसेज किया अलग से. उन्होंने कहा कि it is meant to be this way. फिर उन्होंने मेरे को एक स्नैपशॉट भेजा. This is from which part you'll start understanding the book. तो वो मेरे को लगा that's comforting. But मैंने जो विश्वेश ने भी like book बोली थी वो भी पढ़ना चालू कर दिया. So I'll make the two books compete now. And कि देखते हैं कि मेरी attention कौन ज़्यादा hold करता है.
You know what I've realized? I know I got this from you, and you do it very well when you read multiple books simultaneously. I've realized मुझे existential crisis हो जाता है because I keep on, like, I've become so bad. I just keep on picking books and I really enjoy them, but then I'm not able to finish them because I find some other book which is in that moment better.
Yeah, but like it's you have to dedicate times to like things ना कि जैसे so मेरी Red Rising मैंने अभी रात की बुक बनाई हुई थी इसको. Like I have a washroom book also. So like कि जो मेरे like एक washroom में पड़ी है that like it's just there. So I'm trying to create these places which are like away from phone और हर जगह एक book की availability हो. So room में Kindle रहेगा, room में phone नहीं रहेगा, washroom में ये किताब रहेगी. मेरी जो ऑफिस टेबल है उस पे स्कूल ऑफ लाइफ रहेगी. सो दैट वे इज लाइक इट जस्ट एड्स ऑन टू थिंग्स. कह रहे अभी कुछ नहीं है करने के लिए, देन लेट्स रीड दिस. सो
I wanted to ask you, have you started reading Yuganta?
No, I have.
It's actually very nice.
मेरे को डर ये लग रहा है मेरे को महाभारत की नॉलेज नहीं है तो
No.
नहीं आएगी.
I also don't. So Hindal and I were having this conversation yesterday. तो आपको proper context मिल जाता है. I was telling people in the chat also. आपको proper context मिलेगा character के बारे में. And so Hindal started with the chapter about Bhishma. He was a character in Mahabharat. And वो Hindal का favorite character था. And Hindal is hating the book because Irvati Karve pointed out some character flaws. भीष्म की आर्क में, कैरेक्टर आर्क में, एंड उसके कैरेक्टर के बारे में. एंड Hindal is hating the book because the flaws are actually true and Hindal had just never seen them. And it's turning out to be a great book. So I would recommend.
Very nice. मैं Kindle पे है क्या युगान?
I don't think so. Let me check that for you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll have to go. My coach is here. So yeah.
Have fun. Have a good.
चलो guys. कितने लोग देख रहे हैं?
There are 30 people watching right now, guys. Do like the stream.
Chalo, I'll see you.
Bye bye. Guys, 8:30 ho gaye. It's time to leave now. But washroom book is a new concept. And I actually like the concept. But what I'm thinking right now is I'm going to just pick up one book and drag it until it's finished. But before I go, I have two more books I wanted to discuss. But this is a book, The Art Spirit. And I picked this up recently. My brother got it in 2022. I think I was the one who gifted it to him. But yeah, I was the one who gifted it to him. But there's this line that he's underlined, and I've been reading everything that he's underlined, and it's amazing because I was like super proud as an elder sibling that, oh, my brother reads and understands such words. Because we really think very low of our siblings. Anyway, guys, do like this stream. And thank you for liking all of those if you would like this stream. Why am I fumbling with words? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share. We are instinctively blind to what is not relative. We are not cameras, we select. We do this always when we are not painting, when you're sitting in conversation with a young girl and are thinking the while how beautiful she is, and suddenly stop and ask yourself, what has been her background? Surely it was not all those incongruous things that are now leaping into your consciousness from behind her. And surely too, while you were sitting there and thinking her so beautiful, you had created unconsciously, out of chaos, a wonderfully fitting setting which was back of her and around her and fully sufficient to her. In ordinary life, we see backgrounds right. In fact, as they are. And when we start painting, we're apt to destroy the background by looking at the multitude of things behind the model. Behind the model, there are a multitude of things subject to all sorts of change according to our interest in them. They are the raw material of a background. The background is a creation in our consciousness. Another way of saying it is to say that the head in space creates its own background. That the background becomes an extension of the head and that it is all the canvas that is the head, not just the part the material head occupies. And so the art spirit is technically mostly, I think, people who are into painting and everything would love it. But I think in general, if you like art and if you're able to appreciate it, you'll be able to draw a lot of metaphors from there. For example, this thing where he says that we just do not get the things that are relative. We just don't get them. Our consciousness will create its own story and its own background setting for these things. But yes. Have you read The Rise of Shivagami Bahubali? में एक तरह की मैट्री आपको दिखाया था जो राजा को भी हटा सकती. I haven't read The Rise of Shivagami. I did not even know it was a book. Of them and situations so much so on. Would love to see a reading blog. What kind of vlogs would you want on this channel? I know a vlog about pencils is coming soon. But what is the exact vlog that you would want on this channel? We'd be happy to get it for you. Oh, Penumbra, yes. Vaibhav, I'll convey this to him. I went through Yuganta. Of course, you don't need the knowledge of Mahabharata to go through it. But if one is very, very into it, challenges their ideas of character. And I think a challenge is good because it makes you rework and rewire your thoughts and perceptions of the people. Then there is also... then I wanted to discuss Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance. I think that is something we'll do in the next Thursday stream. I'm actually loving the Thursday streams. Let me know. I actually, you know what? A few days before the Thursday stream, I'll post a story and I'll ask for a vote. We'll vote for the book we'll read on Thursday or a short story that we'll read on Thursday. And perhaps all of us can be worked up and all of us can be on the same page and get our books and short stories into place and sit down and read. Bookshelf cleaning blog, bookshelf tour, your day in life, reading blogs. Sounds like a plan. Let's do that. But that's it, guys. I think I'm afraid we'll have to call it a day. have discussed most of the books that I wanted to discuss. I also gave you a terrible example when it comes on the for translation, but I hope you got the point. I'll get a better comparison next time around. Penumbra, I love Vaibhav on the stream too. Oh, thank you. Srihitha. I hope this is the correct pronunciation. Loving the stream. Hey, thank you. 30 best book snippets like once. Oh, we can actually, this can be a video. It can just be me reading out the text to you. I don't know how it'll come. We'll do something about this. But yes. Shishupal. Yeah, this is amazing, guys. But we'll have to call it a day. I need to get ready also. I tried waking up at 5 this morning because I thought I'll just quickly take a shower before the stream. And then I kind of went back into bed because it's still cold here. It's not cold enough. My inner Pahari is struggling so much this year because it's just the beginning of Feb and it feels like late March, early April already. Life is so sad and I can't stop. So I would be fine even if I were wearing a t-shirt right now, but I just am not able to give up. I want to wear scarves, mufflers, sweaters, overcoats. Global warming is not nice, but yeah, I'm struggling a lot with the weather. Why is it warm already? It should be cold. But anyway, I slept again after turning on the geyser. And so I did not take a shower before I came for the stream. But now I'll go run. But reading Three Body Problem by, and it's so very nice. Weber was here a while ago. He would have loved it because he loves the book. And hi Darshan, good morning. Ab to jaane ka time aa gaya, but still, bye guys. And it was so lovely meeting all of you. And now we'll meet again next week or on Thursday. And hopefully, I look so unkempt, right? But okay. Bye guys. I've said bye so many times, everyone will leave except for me. But bye guys, it was lovely streaming. Let me know what books and short stories you'd like to read next. Also, once the stream is over, go to the comment section, leave comments, because the more you comment, the more you like the stream, the more you share it, YouTube ko lagta hai achhi video and they recommend it to people, and then more people would get to know of Kitaabi Cabins. And that's mostly it. Somebody messaged from my account. What? I was here all the time. Anyway, bye guys. It's time to check up on my friends and my sibling who has access to my YouTube.